Hello, and welcome to the part of this DVD where we read your mail. I'm your host, Jason Lee. As you can see behind me, they're shooting a scene from My Name is Earl. When I'm not shooting, I like to sit here at the trailer park, in my chair, with my slippers, relax and answer fan mail. A big part of the success of the show is due to the fans. We have a pretty diehard fan base, and we're all proud of each and every one of you for tuning in Thursdays at 8, 7 Central. We understand that a lot of you have to TiVo the show because a lot of people are still in traffic at 7 Central. We apologize for that. But you still watch it. And without you guys, we wouldn't be on the air. And so we want to show you how much we appreciate you by giving you our answers to your letters.
Steve from Laurel, Maryland asks, is Camden County supposed to be in Maryland?
Hello, Steve from Laurel, Maryland. You know, it kind of is supposed to be in Maryland. We never technically say where it's supposed to be, but when I was writing the pilot, I kind of thought about Waldorf, Maryland was kind of what I envisioned in my mind. Actually, there was a line at one point in the pilot about Waldorf, Maryland, but we ended up taking it out because there's way too many palm trees in the shots, and not a lot of palm trees in Waldorf, Maryland. But I try to get back to Maryland and the D.C. area as often as possible to just kind of soak up the Waldorf in the air to get more material.
Rebecca Willows asks, did you find it hard to act as your character at first, or did you get it straight away?
Hi, Rebecca. To answer your question, I did find it a little bit difficult because in my mind, in the original pilot, Catalina was written as Tatiana, who was a Russian maid. So when I went to the audition, I went in doing my version of a Russian maid, and I loved it. So by the time it changed to Hispanic, I was really struggling with what kind of accent I should give Catalina.
Excuse me?
At first, the accent was too thick.
Comes back and sees that there's no garbage in the parking lot, he's gonna get used to it like that. So could you
By
please
the third
put it
season, I kind of got really comfortable with what is Catalina now.
Oh, could you give me a hand? There's a customer at Club Chubby who thinks he's hilarious.
Earl! Hey, Crabman.
The character is actually, that's the way I am in real life. I act as if I'm not really that way, but I am a genius.
I'm not gonna argue about this.
And I really do walk like Charlie Chaplin, and I do have sleepy eyes a lot. No, it wasn't difficult at all.
I'm gonna get that money, Earl. I want it.
When I first read the script, I understood her right away. She is exhausting to play and always has been, and has only become more exhausting to play over the last 4 years because she's done nothing but get crazier.
Bring me Earl Hickey!
So yes, I understood her and got her right away, but only because of all the amazing people watching that I've gotten to do over my lifetime, spending time in the South.
Here's an idea. Here's a crazy idea. How about for once we do what I want to do? And I might not know what that is right now, but I know what it's not. Doing another item on your stupid list!
I got it straight away. I didn't find it hard at all. As I read the pilot script, I could hear Randy's voice in my head, and that is now Randy's voice all the time for almost 100 episodes.
Talking about karma.
Who's Carmen?
I don't know, something Carson Daly came up with.
Rebecca, I could get into the method of acting, the amount of work that goes into preparing for a role, but I won't. Mainly because I'm not that good of an actor. A lot that has happened to me has happened by accident, and one incident has been purely magical. I was having a difficult time figuring out how I was going to play the role until I decided to grow the mustache. As soon as that thing blossomed, I got the wardrobe on, I figured out how I was going to wear my hair. It happened like that. So, yes, it was difficult, but this thing is like a magic carpet ride. it's taken me off into the sunset.
John from Newark, Delaware asks, was the series originally created such that each episode would be an item from Earl's list indefinitely? Or were the detours we've had along the way, Earl going to prison, Darnell's witness protection, in mind from the start?
Great question, John from Delaware. Actually, the truth of the matter is, when I wrote the pilot, there was absolutely nothing planned except for the pilot. I mean, in my mind, I knew, yes, this was going to be a show about a guy who crosses things off. He did, crosses things off on his list, bad things that he did. But all the detours along the way are just thanks to all the writers we have and coming up with great ideas. I mean, little things like Darnell in the witness protection program just came out of a joke. I believe it was one of the writers, Hillary Winston, who had a joke in one of her scripts randomly that just said that he was in the witness protection program, or that he used to have this different name, and from there it blossomed into this whole story that we've had fun with. So everybody just kind of pitches things, and we have no idea where we're going, and it's a lot of fun getting there.
Spooneroony from Fairfield, Ohio asks, you guys do a great job with continuity. Thank you. So I guess I'd like to know what system you guys use to keep everything straight. Do you guys have a bunch of index cards pinned to a board, or is there a huge spreadsheet somewhere?
Good question, Spooneroony. And by the way, how about that Jen Jackson, huh? Wow. She wearing the tank top and pigtails today? Man, she is a tall drink of water. Looking good in that tank top and the pigtails. I don't even remember the question. What was the question again?
What system you guys use to keep everything straight? Do you guys have a bunch of index cards pinned to a board, or is there a huge spreadsheet somewhere?
Yeah, continuity. Thanks, Jen. So we do, as you asked, have some cards in the room. I don't know if you can see this, but up along there we have in yellow at the top different years and significant events that have happened during these years. And that is something that we can refer to, especially when we're doing an episode that has a lot of time jumps back and forth. And then if we're in a different room, because we work in 3 different writers' rooms, this is just the ugliest. And if we're in another room and something like that comes up, and then casual observers and viewers aren't going to remember that much either. And so we kind of go, if it bumps us, it'll bump you. And if it requires us to actually go back and dig through scripts, we figure nobody at home is going to do that. And then we just go with what makes a better story in that moment for the problem we're solving.
April asks, does Jason Lee really do the robot, or is that just Earl?
I'm glad you asked, April, because a lot of people think we use a body double for said robot dancing. I want you to go ahead and take a look at this. Does this look like a body double? I didn't think so, April.
Spooneroony from Fairfield, Ohio asks, how many hairpieces does Jamie Presley have, and which one is her favorite?
I honestly don't know the exact number of hairpieces because we run the gamut when it comes to Joy's hair of hairpieces. We have extensions and full wigs and half wigs and falls and clip-ons and all kinds of things. My real hair actually comes up to my chin. It's in a bob, so my hairdresser's pretty outstanding because he makes everybody believe that I have 18 different lengths of hair on a daily basis.
Actually, the real answer to how many wigs does Jamie Presley have is 111.
And my favorite is probably Joy's blonde afro puffs.
Darnell, get in here. There's a bubble jet in a place I know you're gonna like.
April asks, is Randy's dancing to It Takes Two his own, or was it choreographed?
In the pilot, we were in what was meant to be a gay bar, and I didn't feel like dancing with any men that I didn't know. So I made Greg dance with me. So that was my own interpretation of Randy's dance, with a little bit of help from Greg Garcia.
Beth from Simi Valley, California asks, does TV's Tim Stack lean on the writing staff to include him, however briefly, in episodes to up his IMDb count?
Well, Beth, that's an interesting question. Tim Stack, is a writer on the show and also an actor for us occasionally. And really what happened with Tim is Tim was just a writer on the show. There was no plan to have him actually on the program, but Tim has an addiction to Thai massages and whiskey, and that adds up. And we don't pay him that much as a writer because, quite frankly, he doesn't do that much as a writer. But when he started asking me for money, I thought, we got to find a different way to get this guy some cash. And what better way than to have the studio pay him for acting?
A Cat May Look from Columbia, Missouri asks, can we expect any more episodes from musical numbers like Respect the Meat? P.S. I love you, TV's Tim Stack.
Well, on behalf of TV's Tim Stack, let me just say he loves you too. And by the way, how about that Liam who read the question, huh? That is a tall drink of water, huh? He is great to have around. Really, really great to have around. What was the rest of that question?
A Cat May Look from Columbia, Missouri asks, can we expect any more episodes from musical numbers like Respect the Meat?
I'd love to do more musical numbers like Respect the Meat. That was the first song I had ever written, and